going to put together my Dell that I took apart the other day and take this call. Hi, this is Chris.
Chris Sobrino, you have a caller.
Hi, this is Chris.
Hi Chris, my name's Tom.
What's going?
I have believe it or not, I have a computer problem.
All right.
I have an HP I have an HP that my Windows 10 crashed. I guess would be the easiest way to say it. Could you give me any ideas?
Well, you'd have to bring it over for me to properly diagnose it. I'm scheduled to be here at the shop all day. Just call me as you want to head over.
Yeah. Could you give me a price idea on that?
Well, I charge by the half hour. I'm not going to charge you for a 5-minute diagnosis. I can't properly diagnose much over the phone. That's why.
Yeah, that's okay. How much is a half hour?
$50.
Uh-huh. Okay, let me roll around. I'll give you a call back.
Thanks. All right. All right, here we are. Okay, so I'm going to tear this. I already tore the laptop apart. Hello. We're going to put this machine back together. All right, let's see here. And I put together a little bit of a music playlist on Winamp. So let's go ahead and start that. We're going to have to see how our audio is. I'm going to go live on YouTube and see how this sounds out. Let's see here. Okay, so I did a video, I guess it was about 33 minutes of tearing this XPS 15 apart. And now we're going to put this motherboard back in this laptop. Let's see here. So this is essentially the back plate that takes all the screws and puts the motherboard back in. So here's our keyboard. Kind of a dirty one. Let's see what's going on. So here's the keyboard for this Dell. It goes right here. And then these screws here are what keep this keyboard in place. So I've got two screws, the screwdrivers I use for this particular job. Sometimes you just have to experiment and see which screwdriver works best. This particular screwdriver, it's Phillips head, doesn't work quite the way I'd like, so I'm going to grab a different one. Where's that other screwdriver I used? Oh, right where I left it. There. Okay. Someone wants to give me an audio check. Let me know how this sounds. I've never played. It's been a long time since I've tried to play music in the background. We're putting well, right now we're putting the keyboard back into the palm rest of an XPS 15. The palm rest on the old setup was bad, so the whole palm rest gets replaced. My second camera failed, So my primary camera today is the one that pays all the attention to the work, not my face. Oh, you know, it's annoying that this keyboard has this many screws, but I'm thankful that it's not one of those riveted keyboards. I did a video of an HP, me taking the keyboard out specifically for the keyboard, and it was literally riveted in. So, technically I was able to find the keyboard, but you can tell HP does not want that machine repaired. Gentle, don't let it strip. Just beyond finger tight is how I like to do it. And with these plastics, they become brittle with age. So many heat cycles make the plastic already brittle, more brittle. Careful not to lose any screws. Never been here before, you've stumbled across an IT guy doing the occasional laptop tear down and rebuild. Let's see what else we have here. Not particularly difficult, it's kind of time consuming because of the sheer number of screws. As much as I complain about machines like this, I'd rather have a large number of screws than parts I can't replace. not, this keyboard has more screws than the rest of the machine. They're probably afraid that the big metal contact will short circuit the motherboard. There's one. Okay, and there we have an installed keyboard. Ah, got it. Thank you. Chris Grossman, thank you very much for letting me know. Let's see if... Chris, can you hear me better now? Thank you for letting me know. That's still too loud, isn't it? Oh, let's try this. Let's try... Okay. How annoying. Is that better? Chris, can you hear me better? Let's go to YouTube and see how that sounds better here. Let's see. This is an ongoing experiment, by the way, so just be patient with me when I say I'm experimenting with the audio. This is an ongoing experiment, by the way, so just be patient with me when I say I'm experimenting with the audio. Alright, I'm playing with the input here. Let's see. This is an ongoing experiment, by the way, so just be patient with me when I say I'm experimenting with the audio. Alright, I'm playing with the input here. Let's see. Let's try this. 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 Okay, keyboard is now here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Chris Grossman, can you tell me if I'm easier to understand at this point? Keyboard is now installed after about 50 micro screws for the back of the palm rest. This is for the Dell XPS 15. Here's our motherboard. Good. Can you hear me better? Let's see. Oh, I gotta plug in some headphones and try this out. Let's see. Let's see here. All right, cool, thanks. All right. Someone wants to tell me how well they can hear me. If the music's too loud, I'll turn it down. I am experimenting here. There, let's see how well that works. Or we can try. That's what we can try. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's go mute this. We'll mute the actual music, and then let me see how well it turns on this way. YouTube. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's go mute this. We'll mute the actual music, and then let me see how well it turns on this way. Chris Grossman, how are you? YouTube. excuse me for a minute while I confirm my audio here. Let's see. Audio check. Check, check, check.
Want you close to me, close to me.
Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay, so
Close to me.
no music. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to figure out my mixer. That's what I have to do. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's what my problem is. Let's try this. Turn that up, turn that down. Let's try that. Let's try that. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's try this. Is that? Oh, there. Audio check. Check, check, check.
Want you close to me.
Okay. Now I think we're going somewhere. Chris Grossman, thank you for saying hi. I think we're good now. Okay, cool. Keyboard, Dell XPS 15. First thing to do before I get excited and put the motherboard in is plug the backlight in for the keyboard. And then plug the keyboard keys in with this other larger ribbon cable. Just be gentle. If you live out in the desert, make sure that your static discharge doesn't damage your machine or destroy. I'm literally less than a mile from the water, so that's usually not an issue. So anytime you're dealing with electronics in bare hands, not that you'll shock anything, you'll get hurt, but you could hurt the machine. So there, I plugged in. Let's see here. Keyboard, keys right there at the end of my thumb. And then this secondary wire, not all keyboards have this. That's your backlight. Alright. I don't like how that ribbon keyboard cable is not straight. There, that's about as straight as that's going to get. Now I can place the motherboard in place. You got two stanchions for screws that hold the base plate in place. And now I'm going to make sure that's all where it needs to be. Good. I'm making sure these little flaps that cover the screws are actually down so we don't short circuit the motherboard. Alright, okay, so now we got the two cables. One for this daughter board for the keyboard that plugs back into the motherboard. And then this other one for the palm rest. And then electronically, most of the machine is one. There. Let me check on my audio. It's hard to monitor yourself when you're live. Okay. Oh, let's try a live feed again. We're back to YouTube. Okay. Let's go back to that. Okay, motherboard screws. Motherboard screws. Who's this? Hi, this is Chris.
Hello. Chris Sobrino.
Hi, this is Chris. Hello, this is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Yes.
How are you?
Yes.
Oh, can you hear me better?
Yes, what's up?
Great. Chris, this is pertaining to your Virgin account for South Bay Technology Coral.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to. Yeah, I'm good. Can you not put me on your do not call list, please? Thank you. Holy heck, that's a second call. Ugh! Stop trying to sell me stuff. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so we got for the keyboard. I'm sorry, for the motherboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you got 6 screws for the motherboard, identified by the white arrows. I don't know. Let's see if we can see. Let's see if the camera wants to give us that detail. This is how you know when the screw hole is for the motherboard and not for the other palm rest that goes on the bottom of the machine. You see at the end of my thumbnail there? There's 6 of those arrows for each of the screws that holds this motherboard in place. That is an arrow dedicated for a motherboard screw. Alrighty. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, 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 good. Heck. Yo, someone want to let me know if my audio's okay? Thankfully, I got some warning because I was getting a little excited about the music and then realized you guys have trouble hearing me. this screw in. Oh heck. And then this screw here. We're going to put one more screw. For the motherboard. Right here. Okay, so after this, motherboard is basically in place. The LAN card is next, just with one simple screw. See, there's a screw right next to where the screw that holds the LAN port in, or the LAN cable, card in, your Wi-Fi card. That goes right there. I'm gonna put this in place. And then here is our bracket. I'm going to screw it back in right now anyway, but I'm supposed to put this bracket in after. Because I need to plug these cables in, which are part of the screen, which I'm not ready for yet. Sheets. Oh heck. Doing this one-handed or one and a half-handed is just a little annoying. I'm doing this just to get some of the parts out of my way. This little bracket here is to keep the cables, the Wi-Fi connectors in place. We're just going to do that so it doesn't flop around. So now we've got the keyboard, the motherboard, and the Wi-Fi card all in place. Right there. Okay. Oh, and I have a screw kit here, because some of the screws were missing because of the way this thing was damaged. So what parts do I need next? We're going to go with, how about the SSD? All right, next part, we'll just do the SSD, the storage, right there. That's the wrong screw, but I'm going to leave that there for a second. Now the fans. Okay, so we got the CPU fans. What I'm going to do is clear off Okay, so So I'm going to clear off the chipset chips of the old thermal paste, and I'm going to put this newer MX4 on there. So I'm just going to grab our tissue paper, not real tissue paper, but the stuff I get from iFixit to do this all the time. We're just going to wipe this down, get the old boogers off of here. And that's a nice, good, that's a nice shiny result. We just want to make sure that while we're in here, you can see the old stuff there. You know what, you'd probably be good by leaving some of that stuff there if you really needed to, but it's against my recommendation. I think most experts would agree. You want to get that stuff off of there so you can put a fresh coat. Do this not over the machine. Darn, it looks like our friend Chris is gone. I don't have anyone to tell me how my audio is. Oof. Alright. So, I got some thermal grease remover, adhesive remover. I'm going to use this to get rid of some of the stuff. Okay. I'm going to open this so I don't spray it everywhere. Okay, so we're going to use this to get the remainder of the gunk off of here. Oh, that works wonders. Getting that crud off of the original. I don't really want to get dry fragments all on the motherboard in the machine, so I'm doing it off camera. Almost there. Yeah, there's a lot of dried thermal grease on this one. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay, I'm happy with that. Oh, man, you got some fuzz in this machine. So now we're going to revisit this by putting, like, I took the cap off. Just a dab of thermal grease. You're not really going to hurt anything if you put a little too much on there. It's not conductive, you're not going to short it out. And that's pretty much good. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws that hold that in place. Let me see, are these the right screws? Yes, I think they are. This machine might run a little bit cooler than it has recently because we've redone the thermal grease. Sometimes that is why these machines run hot. This particular XPS 15 does it. It does run a bit hot. So after a couple of years, it might be worth opening it up. Alright, so now we got the palm rest. Most of the machine is back in place. We are now going to put the fans where they need to be. Ah, gosh. Good. Okay, there's one fan. We're going to plug it in. Get on my knees here. There. Okay, so we got 2 screws holding this fan in place. Yes, Tater. Tater, are you snoring? Are you snoring, Tater? Yes. The fan is physically plugged in, both of them. We got our heat sink in place. I want to go get the battery, but I don't want to plug it in yet. Let's put in our extra. Oh, you know what? I think we're ready for our screen. Alrighty. So ultimately, this is most of the machine. Let me do an audio check. Let me see how you guys can hear me. Doing your own monitoring is a pain. Can you hear me all right? Back to YouTube. Sounds like you can hear me all right. I'm just going to have to revisit this later. Okay, so. Ooh, that's a dirty. Now look at all that food. I gotta clean that up before I give it back to our customer. Okay. So what I'm gonna do. That's how they want this. Okay. Here's how we'll have to do this. Okay, so we're going to take this off. We're going to do 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Okay, when I say 90 degrees, this is what I mean. These hinges, I'm going to put it 90 degrees. For this reason alone, we are going to put this in 90 degrees, and then I'm going to literally hang it that way. Let's see here. There, so now this allows me to safely put these screws in place. Good. Plug that in for now. Plug that in. Good. Let's take this screw. I gotta go see which of these screws goes through the hold on. All right. Here's our base plate. I gotta see which of these screws goes through. Good. Good. All right. Do that again. And another one goes right there. So structurally speaking, we got 6 screws holding the screen in place. Again, just be careful that you don't over tighten any of them. Yeah, the battery's going to be the last thing I do because I don't want to short circuit anything. So you got one more. Okay. Oh, I had a couple little screws I got to do for the fan. Fan's in place. Right, fan. Okay, the fans are in place. All 4 of those screws. Okay, so here's where you just have to be gentle. These are your wire antennas. Oh, I can close it now. Ah, yeah, look at that. I get to close the machine now that the screws are structurally in place. The bulk of our repair is done. I just have to put this Wi-Fi card. These antennas, you gotta be patient with them. This antenna, these antennae, or whatever. You just have to be very gentle. You need kind of good eyes and good hands. They go on here. Be gentle. Don't try not to bend those perfect circles there. Come in. Come in.
Oh,
Yeah, he's fine.
okay. For Christopher?
Yeah, that's me. Thank you. Thank you.
And you have
that.
one more.
Oh, I have 2? Okay, ship. Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Ah, my APC battery showed up. All right. Tater, how are you? I was wondering when those were going to show up. They have to be ground shipped because they're batteries and therefore hazardous. So this is sometimes the more annoying part of the job, although that wire just popped right back on. I'm plugging in the Wi-Fi cable. Oh, that was a little easier than I anticipated. There. So now we're just going to close that up. There. Okay. Plug this wire in. Is that a ground cable? I'm not even sure what that cable does, but it's separate. Which direction does that go? I think the pins are. It implies the pins go there. Well, it's got a one more wire. Hold on. Ah, what is this? That's not straight. Ah, got it. Little wires all plugged in place now. Yeah, some of these screws are missing because of the way this thing fell apart. It kind of exploded and we lost a few screws. But I think we're just about good. Right, yeah, I tried to take all the screws apart and segregate them so I don't get them mixed up. But in this particular job, that doesn't work because half the screws are missing anyway. Okay, so now all I have to do, I do have a screw kit for, that was mostly the external screws missing, but a handful of the smaller ones also. Okay. EMI protector. Oh, I see how that works. this little heat protector shield slash piece of metal goes over this USB cable, or this USB. Let me see if I can show you what that is here. So that's a heat shield for this particular USB right here. You can't quite see it, but there's mounts right there and there. Let's see if I can focus. Yeah, there you go. Right there at the end of my finger. Okay, so now that makes it a little easier because now I see where I'm trying to put that. Oh, and of course they're going to bend it back because it's so delicate. It got bent. There we go. Oh, step final on there. Oh, I got a third row to. Oh, heck. This piece of metal. Yeah, I got a sidewall here that's not straight. There. That should help us. Alright, that should do it. There. Okay. Now, I think everything's good. I just have to put the battery in. Here is our battery. Oh, you know what? The palm rest didn't come with its own screws. I mean, the old speakers. Let's see here. Aha! Got it. Okay. Well, that answers a few questions. Oh. You know what? Okay. Yeah, speakers. Okie dokie. Okay, these speakers go right here. I got it. Okay. So we're going to take speakers. I knew we were missing something. Sweet. All right. So we have to put the speakers in, and then the battery, and then we should be good. Keyboard. That screwdriver does not work well with this screw. Okay, I think we're good. And then just be gentle because it's actually one solid connector. Meaning you have one wire here that goes through the first speaker, which in this case would be your left speaker. And then from the left speaker you have another wire that goes to the right speaker. So be gentle with the whole system. Make sure you got the right screw driver. There are more than one type of Phillips head screwdriver that gets this job done. Good. Okay, so now we're going to be gentle, and then here's our speakers. And then you just take those 4 screws and reverse what you did on the other one, the other palm rest. Okay. And then we got the one cable for the speakers right here. You plug them back in. There. Just be gentle. You do want to make sure you tuck them in so that they don't get pinched on anything. Like when I put the battery back in, this is very close to where the battery footprint is. And I think we're just about done. Okay, doesn't look like I might have missed any screws. No, it does not. Again, be careful with the screws you put them in. Be careful, don't forget to put fresh thermal grease under this heatsink so you don't overheat the machine. This XPS 1500 is a 15, I should say, is a hot running machine, literally speaking. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now I think we're ready for the battery. Yeah, what did I just have the battery in my hand. What did I just do? Ah, there it is. Got it. The battery goes back. Oh, there, hello. There we go. Place the fire. There. Now I think we're dealing with an almost complete setup. It'll be interesting to see if you guys can actually hear me talking over the music. Okay. is. Let's see here. Yeah, that's. Or this is where we have to revisit or visit our screw kit. Okay, what are we missing here? I think these are the screws we're after. Let's make sure these are the right size. Yeah, I think these are too big. I think I need the next size small. The screw kit does not include everything, does it? Let's see how that works. Nope, that's not the right screw. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you know what? These are pretty long screws. This was probably it. Yeah, I had my customer order the screw kit for this machine. And... oh, you know what? Oh, I know what the problem is. Yeah. This... ah, and he's missing... okay, I see what's going on. That's why those don't fit. So this XPS has two. Let's see if I can show you what's up. So this door here. Okay, so, I don't really want to show the service tag, but you see there's a Phillips head screw there. One of them's missing, and it's also a special size. It's a Phillips head screwdriver, and it's a different silver colored screw than what goes there. Got it, okay. Well, that's how I got flustered. And the screw kit did not come with all the screws. That doesn't help either. Let's see if one of these really long ones goes. I'm gonna have to break out my screw kit because the screw kit that Dell sells is not a complete kit. Let's see what happens. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong place. Let's see if this works. There. And then this goes here. This is the M2.4. that holds this battery in. It is not. Come on. This battery has two different size screws. A little confusing. This is the M2.4 on the side, 2x4 I should say. So the one screw I'm not able to replace is that silver one that I thought would come in the screw kit. Okay, so be gentle. Put this in place. Good. Now I think we're good. What I do know is that all the external screws came in the kit. So I'm going to take that one Phillips head screwdriver to set myself up. And we'll just have to see what we can do about that other screw, since that's a specialized screw and Dell did not include that. So let's just open the screw kit. Oh, it didn't actually include the external screws. That's weird. Okay, so it's a T5 on the outside. The screw kit did not come . That's really weird. Weird, this did not come with the external screws. I'm going to have to go through my kit and see if I have. And I also don't like the way that's fitting. Screw in the middle. Ah, got it. Thought that felt weird. Gotta plug the battery in. Okay, I'm going to put two of these side screws in just because I want to be able to turn it around. Here we go. Okay, let's turn this thing on. See if it works. Okay, good. We have a Dell logo. Good. I'm not going to show the camera directly on the screen because I don't want any private data to show up on the desktop. Okay, touchpad's working. Hello, this is Chris.
Chris Sobrino. You have
Hello, this is Chris.
Hey, Chris. It's Cam. I was going to come by and take my computer out there right now. Is that all right?
Yes, I'm here now.
All right. I'll come by soon. Thank you.
Thanks, bye. Alright, so it looks like a workable machine. Let's go to YouTube and watch us. .com. There we go. Keyboard seems to be working. Touchpad's working. And let's go to oh, that's weird. The touchpad seems to be right-clicking. That's weird. I might have to take this apart a little bit and finagle with this touchpad. Okay, let's see how their audio works. Yeah, the touchpad's not right-clicking and left-clicking properly. Speakers are working. Okay, let's see how their audio works. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so I'm going to end up opening this thing again. Just to confirm. Battery looks nice and healthy. The battery button, the tester on the side works. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with that touchpad. Oh, that's weird. Is this? No, that's the same. Yeah, that just doesn't feel right. I'm going to open this up and see if the battery's kinked, or maybe I accidentally put a wire in between the router, the battery and the touchpad. Okay, so I'm going to shut it down. Touchpad literally does not feel right, and I'm left clicking is not properly working. So we're almost there. I'm gonna take this off. Okay. Take that out. Then I'm going to take these two T5s out. And I'm going to mess with the battery. See what I might have missed. Okay, so this touchpad, the battery feels nice. It doesn't feel like it's not flush. But I am going to remove it physically to see what might be sandwiched between the touchpad. And the battery. Okay, so let's see what Chris might have missed. I'm not seeing any debris I might have made a mistake with. Well, that's a bummer. I'm gonna remove this battery. Okay, so I want to remove the battery. So I want to see what's up with this palm rest. Okay, so let's compare the palm rest from the old one. It's a little hard to compare because it's a different animal when it's not installed. What I might be missing is not on this. Okay, that feels good. Yeah, this touchpad. Okay, let's put the battery back one more time. And see what's going on here. Okay. Okay, before we close it up again, let's just be gentle about how we put this battery in. This battery just, I mean, the battery doesn't seem to be see if there's a mechanism. Some of these have leaf springs. Yeah, that just has a more. That's really weird. Is the battery actually the problem? Try this again. So ultimately, if you've just joined, the touchpad seems to be affected. Yeah, let's try this again. All right, turn this machine on. Now I understand this is a new touchpad, so I wouldn't necessarily expect it to feel identical to the original because the original has many miles on it. The left click was not working reliably. It kept right clicking. Yeah, it keeps right clicking. Oh wait, did he have this set up for a right-handed user? Let's yeah, it keeps right clicking. That's really frustrating. You know what? Let me plug in a mouse and see if he has this set up to. Do you use as a lefty? That'll be a real easy way to diagnose is just plug in an external mouse. Let's see how this does here. Ah, okay. He's got his mouse buttons backwards. Okay, that was driving me nuts. Okay. Yes, he's got his left and his right click backwards. I understand now. How to make a lefty go nuts. Alright, give someone a laptop. That doesn't normally get modified. Okay. Yes, he's got his left and his right click backwards. I understand now. How to make a lefty go nuts. Alright, give someone a laptop. That doesn't normally get modified. Yeah, okay, so I'm a lefty, but I usually... Okay. Yes, he's got his left and his right click backwards. I understand now. How to make a lefty go nuts. Alright, give someone a laptop. That doesn't normally get modified. Got it. Okay, that was frustrating. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a few updates. Last time this customer was here, we did some updates, and that was just a couple days ago, so I don't expect any to be pending. But I think we're just about done. I gotta go into my screw kit and find the screws that did not come with this machine. These little T5 screws, I only have 3 to work with because the rest of them were popped away. Since this was a structurally compromised laptop that had basically been dropped. So, I think we're good though. So I'm going to shut this thing down. Man, that frustrated me. Okay, so now I know I wasn't actually doing anything wrong. I thought I might have accidentally pinched something in between the battery and the palm rest, or the touchpad more specifically, and that turns out not to be the case. Got it. So now I'm going to finish up putting in the proper screws. For this battery. Are we missing anything? No, I think I got everything. Yeah, so we didn't get that specialized Phillips screw that goes down the middle. This is why I keep calling it a specialized screw. Check this out. You see how thick? So this goes, it's actually it's designed to go through the motherboard and the battery and the bottom plate. You look at this, see if we can do it so that it focuses. That's why it's a special screw. Half the screw, or more than half, is just a barrel with no threads. So the screw kit the customer ordered did not include that. You understand why that barrel has no threads. It's so that it doesn't chafe against the holes for the motherboard and the battery. So there, I think we're good. Now I'm going to go ahead and put that screw in because it's a more important screw. They're all structural. If they go through the bottom of the machine, But this is the most important one. There, and then I'm going to go through my screw kit and see if I have any screws that can replace these T5s that I did not get in the palm rest that our customer ordered. That's really frustrating. The screw kit that they ordered was not 100% of the screws. Great, the gardeners are next door. Yeah, this is not the full collection of screws I would expect from a full screw kit. So now I'm going to have to go revisit my screw collection. Okay, let's just see. What my options are. Full screw kit. Okay, let's see if one of these will fit. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Back to Phillips. Back to basics, that's what they call it. So I'm using a small Phillips replacement screw. That seems to be the perfect thread count, so that's what we're going to use. Oh, that noise! Can you hear those gardeners out there? Okay, I'm actually going to remove these screws just for uniformity. I want to take the stock screws out and replace them with what I'm putting in there, just so I don't frustrate either myself or some other technician. And go ahead and replace all the external screws with a Phillips head screwdriver. Screw. Good. Yeah, Dell decided to use what's called a T5 on this laptop. All right, now I'm confident we're good. Put these away. Oh, great. Now that I'm done with the machine, the gardeners are done with their machine. All right, so now I'm going to call Charles. Where is... Oh, here. Hey Charles, it's Chris. Your laptop's all ready to go. Let me know when you want to come over. Thank you. 855-434-8787.